The name Cynthia Gastelles might not immediately resonate with you. It's a name that, for many, remains shrouded in the shadows of an unsolved mystery, a whisper lost in the cacophony of the news cycle. But for the friends, family, and community touched by her life, it's a name etched in pain, a constant reminder of a vibrant spirit extinguished too soon. Her story, a tapestry woven with threads of normalcy, love, and a chilling absence, is one that deserves to be unearthed, examined, and remembered. This is the story of Cynthia Gastelles. To truly understand the tragedy of Cynthia's disappearance, we must first journey back in time, to the life she lived before the world went dark. Cynthia, a bright, vivacious woman, was a resident of the small, close-knit town of Willow Creek. This was a place where everyone knew everyone, where the pace of life was dictated by the changing seasons and the rhythms of community events. The town itself was picturesque, nestled amidst rolling hills and verdant farmlands, a place that exuded a sense of peaceful isolation. The houses, many of them historic, lined quiet streets, shaded by mature trees, and the local businesses, though few, served as vital hubs for social interaction. It was the kind of town where a friendly wave was a daily occurrence, and where the disappearance of a beloved resident would send ripples of alarm through every household. The scent of pine and damp earth often hung heavy in the air, particularly after a spring rain, and the distant lowing of cattle was a familiar soundtrack to daily life. The main street boasted a charming diner, a general store with worn wooden floors, and a small post office that doubled as a social nexus. Life here felt grounded, tethered to the land and the simple routines that sustained its inhabitants. Cynthia was a mother, a friend, and a familiar face in her community. Those who knew her described her as kind, generous, and full of life. She had a warm smile that could light up a room, and an infectious laugh that often filled the air. She was deeply involved in her children's lives, attending school events, volunteering her time, and building a home filled with love and laughter. Her world revolved around her family and friends, a world she seemed to cherish. She held a job as a dental hygienist, a profession that required both precision and a deep understanding of people, and was known for her diligence and the genuine care she showed to her colleagues at the local dental practice. Her dedication to her work was matched only by her devotion to her family, creating a balanced and fulfilling life that many envied. Her partner at the time, a man named Mark, was often seen at local events with her, presenting a picture of domestic harmony. He was a quiet man, known to keep to himself, and his presence in Cynthia's life, while outwardly stable, would later become a focal point of intense scrutiny. Cynthia's friendships were deep and enduring. Her closest confidant, a woman named Sarah, spoke often of Cynthia's unwavering loyalty and her ability to offer comfort and wisdom in equal measure. Her life, though seemingly ordinary, was a testament to the beauty of everyday moments, the strength found in simple connections. But beneath the surface of her seemingly perfect life, there was a growing sense of unease. The details of her personal life, the strains and stresses of relationships that played out within the confines of her home, would become a key part of this mystery. It's often in the most intimate spaces, the places where we feel most secure, that the greatest vulnerabilities lie. The pressures of adult life, the complexities of romantic relationships, and the challenges of raising children can, for anyone, create a subtle undercurrent of tension. It's during these times that the strength of individual resilience is tested, and the fabric of family can either strengthen or fray. Whispers, though rarely spoken aloud in Willow Creek, began to circulate, hinting at discord. These hushed conversations spoke of late-night arguments, of a growing distance between Cynthia and Mark, and of an unspoken tension that hung heavy in the air around their otherwise charming farmhouse. The exact circumstances surrounding Cynthia's vanishing are shrouded in a fog of conflicting accounts and unanswered questions. But what is clear is that her disappearance was abrupt and without explanation. One moment she was a fixture in her community, a woman with a tangible presence, and the next, she was gone, leaving behind a void that could never be filled. The initial days and weeks following her disappearance were filled with a frantic urgency. It was a crisp autumn day when she was last definitively seen, the leaves painting the landscape in hues of red and gold. A stark neighbors, friends, and law enforcement led by Sheriff Brody, a man known for his quiet determination and his deep roots in Willow Creek, scoured the surrounding areas, their hopeful calls echoing through the dense woods and across the windswept fields. Every rustle of leaves, every distant sound, was scrutinized for a sign, a clue, anything that might lead them to Cynthia. The collective anxiety of the town was palpable, a shared burden of fear and desperation that settled over Willow Creek like a persistent fog. A candlelight vigil, held in the town square beneath the glow of antique streetlights, drew hundreds, their faces etched with a shared grief and a desperate plea for answers. The silence that followed their prayers was more deafening than any sound. Today, the case of Cynthia Gastelles remains an open wound in the community. The lack of resolution has left her family and friends in a state of perpetual grief. Every anniversary of her disappearance is a painful reminder of the life that was stolen, the questions that remain unanswered. The impact on the community has been profound, with residents grappling with a sense of unease and a distrust of the unknown. The familiar streets and landscapes that once evoked feelings of safety now carry an undercurrent of apprehension. Children are kept closer, evening walks are curtailed, and the once easy camaraderie is tinged with caution. The silence that now surrounds certain topics of conversation is a constant, heavy presence. The local bakery, once a place of cheerful gossip, now often feels subdued, the air thick with unspoken memories. One can only imagine the profound emotional toll this tragedy has taken on those involved. Cynthia's children, robbed of their mother, will forever carry the weight of the unknown. The absence of a mother's love, guidance, and comfort is a wound that may never fully heal, a constant ache in the tapestry of their lives. They are left to navigate adulthood without her presence, forever wondering what could have been, what advice she might have offered, what solace she might have provided. The man whose life was interwoven with Cynthia's, Mark, faces the shadows of suspicion and uncertainty, the weight of unanswered questions, the scrutiny of investigators, and the unspoken accusations of neighbors can be an unbearable burden. He, too, is trapped in a limbo of grief and doubt, his own narrative forever intertwined with the mystery of Cynthia's disappearance. The community, once vibrant and trusting, now wrestles with the darkness that lurks beneath the surface. The story of Cynthia Gastelles, with its many unanswered questions, serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life, the enduring power of grief, and the importance of seeking the truth, no matter how elusive it may be. The passing years have done little to dull the ache, and new generations in Willow Creek grow up hearing the hushed tones of the Gastelles mystery. The related information in the Reddit post, "Serial Killers Who Were Good Parents?" highlights an element of the mystery, suggesting a potential duality in the perpetrator's persona. This adds another chilling layer to the story, suggesting that the perpetrator may have been someone the community trusted, someone who presented a facade of normalcy, even a loving parental figure, while harboring dark secrets. This raises questions about how well we truly know the people in our lives, how easily deception can be masked behind familiar smiles and everyday routines. The tragedy serves as a call to remember Cynthia, to honor her memory by continuing to seek justice, and to acknowledge the human drama that unfolds in the face of profound loss and enduring mystery. Her story is not just a case file. It is the narrative of a life interrupted, a future stolen, and a community forever marked by the lingering question of what truly happened on that fateful day. The pursuit of truth, even in the face of overwhelming odds, remains a crucial endeavor, a testament to the enduring hope that one day, Cynthia Gastelles' story might finally reach its conclusion, bringing some measure of peace to those who continue to mourn her absence. The cold case files remain open, a silent testament to a life unreturned and a justice yet to be served, a stark reminder that sometimes, the most ordinary of places can harbor the most extraordinary of evils.